Oh, hi there. It's Tuesday, and for me, it's the start of a new week of streaming, and I am going to continue, for a little longer at least, the Tsumeshogi on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that theme. And today, rather than going over to play Shogi, I am going to hang out at lishogi, this site. The puzzles here have had their share of detractors over the years, and let's see if it's improved a bit. I'm going to stick to Tsume problems, which I think should limit some of the bad puzzles. You know, I think a lot of times when people are just doing puzzles, there are just sort of random middle game stuff that are not great. But I'm going to do Tsume here. And let's check out the puzzle dashboard first. Let's see what this is about. Okay, nothing to see here. Hey, Tortup, nice to see you. So, there are puzzle themes. So this is what you can select from these. Tsume. Okay, well, I clicked Tsume here. And... okay, so this doesn't show up. Like, the information... because my window is relatively small, this is not showing. So let me see what else is on here. Whether or not I am debating whether or not I should change my theme or my layout to just sort of the playing theme. This will be fine. This will be fine. Since we can't see any of the other details, might as well just do this. So these are Tsume problems. And I will try to only do them once I see it. If I don't see the solution, I won't make a move. So there's a mix of Tsume problems on 81 Dojo, on lishogi here. You know, some of them are composed, some of them are from games or from some other sources. And it doesn't tell you what source it's from until you play it. So like right now, if you see this, it says the rating of this puzzle is hidden, and it's been played 4,544 times, and the source is hidden. Hey, VMD Ayaka. Nice to see you. This seems like a lot. 4,500 times? That seems like a lot. Are there that many people doing puzzles on lishogi? I mean, that seems like a very large number. Right? Anyway. So I think right now... I'm looking at... I'm considering these two moves. So, you know, I shouldn't consider two moves at once. So if I do this... you know, I still don't have a silver. So what are our checks? We have a few checks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we also have 8. 9, 10. So those are our checks. Yeah, this silver on 8-6 or 8-4 is the one that's... it's blocking a lot of stuff that I might want to do with the gold. Like with gold sacrifices. Hmm. So let's say we drop the gold. Let's say we drop the gold. If Lance takes... Knight takes. King takes. Get the 1 gap. This trade. So let's look at this again. Rook, gold drop. Lance takes. Knight takes. Oh, silver can take. Wait. So gold, Lance, Knight, silver. What am I even gonna do there? What am I even gonna do? I don't see it. One thing to be aware of, just for later potential, running, this exists. So taking in the whole problem. Hey, Yloigh. Maybe you see it. This silver is defending where the rook wants to go. I don't think there's any immediate sacrifice. Interesting. What else? What else? We drop the gold here. I think the silver can just take. Well, but then I would have a silver. Wait, so if I drop the gold, there has to be a take. The king cannot run because gold drop on a2, king 9-3, rook takes this. Can I drop a silver? Oh gosh, I almost clicked on the board. So this is terrifying on lishogi. It's terrifying. So let's see. Let's drop here. Not there. Drop here. Takes. 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 Silver drop. King runs. And there's really no good way to continue from there. Wonder how long this one is. So I think the fewest options is gold drop on a free. Bishop takes. Then gold drop. 8-1. King 7-2. What? So, Gold 8-3. Bishop takes. Gold 8-1. King 7-2. Now we have nothing in hand that can be used. One other thing to keep in mind is that this is always an option if the king is over here. It's a way to check. All right, I'm going back to 9-3. I'm going back to the 9-3 drop. Wait, actually, let's look at 9-2. Let's look at 9-2. If king takes, drop again. Takes. There's the check. King goes to 8-3. King goes to 8-3, then what? Then what? Good day, Emperor Rex. Nice to see you. Foradun, hello. Trying to do Tsume on lishogi today as a bit of a change of pace. See how it is. I was, over the weekend, periodically checking Shogi Wars to see if you had promoted, and it looks like you hadn't played any games. So let's look at this again. So if we do this, we would have a lance and a gold. Can't drop a lance, they have a pawn. Huh. Tough problem. Tough problem. I don't know how long I'm going to stick on one before going to the next. There's no way to skip a problem other than reloading the page. Like, there's no way to see the solution other than doing it, which I don't want to do. I guess I could open the puzzle in an incognito mode. And then just mash through moves. Or just save you the solution. So let's see. Let's see. So we've looked at these. I think we've looked at these. And I'm not ready to discard them. I don't think I've fully calculated everything. But there is this. Yeah, that's mate. Wait, so gold 8-1. If bishop takes, gold 8-3. King has to take. Rook takes 8-1, promote. King can't move because the knight. So they have to block. And then I just drop the silver, or the bishop. And that's mate. So that's mate if the bishop takes. If the king if the king runs, gold A2 mates wherever he goes. Because these squares are owned by the knight. So let's look at that again. I think I am in the clubhouse now, but I'm writing the scorecard. So gold 8-1, bishop takes. Gold 8-3. King has to take. King has to take. Rook takes 8-1, promote. King can't run, so king blocks. Then drop the bishop on 7-2. There's no pieces that can get it. Alright, I think that's it. Benjamin Chewett, hello, hello. I'm gonna do it. And there it is. Just making sure I'm dropping in the right spot. Alright. So that's a mate and 7. I will, I don't know if this is showing up on stream. Is this showing? Yeah. So I think that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll thumb it up. I'll thumb it up. That puts our puzzle rating at 2403. Okay. Okay, so both of you had that. I'm slow. we've established that my solving, especially on stream, is very slow. I did double 18 this morning in my mate runs, so I was not feeling great. Okay, so I have a knight in hand. And so this one is a composed problem. So lishogi, so just again, I went into puzzles and then Tsume. I think this is showing on stream. Yeah. So I went down the puzzles menu and I did Tsume, basically. So they will all be Tsume problems, but some are composed, some are from games. Oh, that last one. I would have liked to have seen where that last one was, the source of that one. Oh well. Oh, so here. I can click on this. I can click on. Let's. If I click on this, do I have to do it again? Yeah. So it shows it hidden. So I'm gonna do it again. It won't give me points. Okay, so I want to see... The rating is 1897. Okay, so the source is yanrao.yano.com. I'm guessing that they release some Yanrao games? Seems a bit weird. Maybe not that this would be a position from an engine game, but maybe. So what is yanrao.yano.com? Is that really a site? It is. Okay. Okay, so here we are back. We're back. I think this is dead in the water. So I'll mark all my checks. Iterate through all my checks because nothing is really popping out. Everything that has popped out at me as my first takes are all kind of weird. So 1, 2, there's those, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I am right now, of those moves, is that really it? Is that really all the moves that we have? Yeah. So of that, the bishop, the lance 1-3 is the one that sticks out, that seems more promising. It seems more promising to me because then I can get this, pull this back, and yeah, in my mind. So let's do this. I'll ignore that the king may not even have to take. I'll ignore that the king may not even have to take for now. So if the king takes... Yeah, I think that... So that's... Can't do this. Just take. All right, so I think I'll discard that for now. I'll discard that for now. And I just don't see anything. The only way to check is, outside of the night drop, is take. Takes, and then we got no pieces. You know, pawn drop would just let the king run. A night drop would let the king run. So I don't think it's that. Huh. So I'm going to look at these bishop moves. Take, promote on 3-1, king takes. And then I simply have no way to check. So it can't be that. Well, I do have a way to check. Hold on, hold on. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Promote. Even if the king runs, I think he's safe. The only way to check is to come back here, and I take. Well, no, he could come up, and then my silver could take. Then there's no way to check. So I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. So we have the knight drop. So it's time for the knight. It's time to drop the knight. King can't go here. King can't go here. King goes up. One. Take. Take. Lance drop. That would be mate. Usually get the double check. So hold on. So knight drop. King runs up. Bishop 3-3. If they block, it's the same thing. If they block on 2-2, it's just knight promote because it's the double check. So pawn takes, horse takes, king forward, and it's a double check. So I think that's it. I think that's it. So what about these then? What about these? king runs to 1-2. King runs to 1-2. Well, let's look at king 1-3. King 1-2 seems harder. So king 1-3, promote. Block. Promote. Take and promote. Block. Horse, promoted horse takes 2-1, and that's mate. So there's that. So I think we have 1-3. So knight drop 1-4, king 1-2. We have to check. We have no good way to check. We have no good way to check. Takes. King takes. We cannot drop a pawn on 2-4 because the king can run to 3-4. We can't promote because the king just takes, and we're in the same position with one fewer piece. The only check here, is horse takes 2-3 that I can see. The only check, other than just throwing away the knight, like I said. King takes. I think that's disqualifies. Yeah, Yloigh saying king 1-2 is the problem. Yeah, I think that ends that. So the question is, do I try to get rid of this so I can drop the knight here on 3-4? So if we do this, clearly the only move is to take. Only move is to take, because if block by dropping, knight drop is mate. If they block with if they block by pushing the pawn to 3-3, then we just take with the horse, and that's mate. So they have to take. They have to take on 4-4. Horse 4-4, pawn takes. Oh, and knight is just mate. Wait, oh, so this is actually a simple problem. Wow, this turned into a very simple problem. This turned very quickly into a simple problem. So horse takes knight drop. King can't go here to the right to his left because the lance can't go to the right because the bishop is guarding. So let me look at that again. Pawn block. Take. And that's mate. If that's mate. All right. Okay. Okay. So it was a mate. It was a mate in 3. It was a mate in 3 that gave me so much grief. Wow. Wow. I'll thumb that one up. That was a good one. I'll thumb it up. That was a good puzzle. So we're now at 2406. We're at international master levels of Tsume on lishogi. Okay, so we've got a Jisen shogi again here. But I think this is going to be it. So I'm just going to proceed down this line. Dragon takes gold. King has to take. Silver drop. Silver drop. If king goes to 1-3 or 1-2, gold drop is mate. Gold drop on 2-3 is mate. Because they can't go here because of the horse. So take, drop, 1-2. So that means we drop our silver. King goes to 2-2. So here's the move. Dragon takes, silver drop, king 2-2. If we drop the gold on 2-1, the king can go to 2-2 or 1-2. And we don't have another piece to check with. So how about this? Take, silver, I was gonna horse, king takes, knight. No, gold can take. Okay. It is Happy Tuesday. It is Happy Tuesday. You still have not responded to my comment about you not playing over the weekend. Maybe you didn't hear it. Grounds for Thought podcast. Hello. I think that's Danny. I think that's Danny Boy to First Don. But anyway, your internet has been fabulous. You disconnected from 81 this morning during a game. 81 immediately disqualifies the game when you tried to log back in with your phone service instead. That's a shame. So we talked about, I don't know if you're mentioning that because we talked about that last week, is that, you know, I don't think instant disconnects should be grounds for a loss. Especially, you know, in a slower Byoyomi game. I think you need to be given time to come back. You need to be given a reasonable amount of time, and I would argue almost that in a slow game, you need even I don't know. It's a tough problem, and people will abuse it regardless of the solution. Hi, Atari. Yeah. Oh, I should have gotten a photo. I should have gotten the camera on her. She was scratching. She's feeling much better. So this is why I was not. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying, I meant Fortune. I was mentioning that I was periodically checking over the weekend to see if you had promoted to 2 Dan on Shogi Wars, and I see that you hadn't played. You know, yesterday my so the reason I didn't stream, as I mentioned on the Discord, but I realize most people are not on the Discord. We had the guy come out. He came out actually with his son to hopefully seal off and fix up the areas that the water could be leaking in through the house. Atari is running around upstairs. And then after that, I had scheduled an appointment for Atari to get her monthly Depomedrol shot for her inflammatory bowel disease. So that's why I didn't stream yesterday. Yeah, okay, so you had 10 minutes with 60-second Byoyomi. Yeah, that's a slow time control. 10 minutes left. Yeah, I like just losing because of a disconnect seems bad. It seems real bad. All right, so I'm about to give up on this one. I really like where this is going, but I'm about to give up on it. I'm about to give up on that. I'm about to give up on that sack idea. So let's go to maybe the obvious, which is getting the 1 gap. Hey, Origamo Niwa, nice to see you. Okay, so I think let's get this Dragon 3-2, 3-1. Let's drop a gold. We drop the silver. Gold takes. Hey, Flying Parrots, you learned Shogi too? Very nice. Very nice. Have you been playing? Did you play over the weekend? Getting this work, no. So if this gold was gone, a silver drop would be made. Interesting. Huh. Oh, you saw the podcast as well? Which episodes did you start at the beginning? The 27th is coming tonight? Is that what it is? I should know. I should know myself. I think the 27th, yes, episode 27 is releasing in 13 hours or so, a little over 13 hours. That might be Rico. Not sure. Okay, so let's clear this out again. Okay, so block or 3-1, they block. Horse takes. Horse takes. Gold takes. Dragon 3-1, gold drop 3-2, horse takes 3-2, gold takes, that means we have a silver and a gold. So then we drop the silver, king has to go here, we drop the gold, right? All right, so let's look. So 3-1. Dragon 3-1. King cannot run. They only have these pieces in hand. So if they drop a gold, if they move the gold, then it's just dragon takes is mate. Either takes is mate. So gold drop, horse takes, gold has to take. Silver drop 4-2. Gold can't take because of the pin. So king goes to 4-3. And we have a gold that we just took, so we drop the gold on 5-3. King can't go down here because of the pawn. So let's do this, and let's say he drops the silver. Drop the silver. Drop the silver. Hey, Killer Ducky. You gave up long ago. Wait. You gave up because you did it? Or you giving up on my solution here? So 3-2, if they drop the silver, that means we don't get the gold. Alright, so I'm not seeing that one. I'm not seeing that one. I'm not seeing the solution there yet. No. Whoa! Oh, you played Urshin or Ryu? Nice, nice. It's a fun opening. Very fun opening. All right. So, I think it's time to look at all the options. It's time to look at all the options. All the checks. All right. So I don't think that's it right now. I still think it's going to be the one gap. I still think it's going to be the one gap. I don't think it's this. I think I have proven this one out. I've proven this to not be the case. Is there a better first check? Is there a better first check after this sacrifice than silver drop 3/4? Is there a better first check? I don't think so. I don't think so. And then the king has to go to 2/2. I can't drop 2/1. Cannot drop 2/1. Because the king goes to 1/2. And this is not anything. Or, this is also there. So let's clear these arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I cannot, when the king is on 2/2, there's no knight drop. There's no knight drop. If we sacrifice the horse on 2/1, the king can just take it, and we can't drop a gold on head because the silver is still on 2/4. It's still way too far on 2/4. We could drop a knight then, but then the gold can take. So I don't think that is it. Knight drop, if pawn takes, that's mate. If pawn takes, then it's silver drop. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not mate. Because I don't have a pawn backing this. I can't just drop the silver, then the gold Then the rook takes. Okay, so that's not it. We only have one silver, so I can't drop the silver here and then drop something else there. But I can try. I can look. Let's look. Drop the silver. Gold takes. Yeah, I don't think that's it. You feel Shogi is more complex compared to Go? Well, it depends how you're defining the word complex. There are certainly more rules. There's more... the pieces move differently, of course. There's... simple is not easy, complex is not hard. So whether, one game is, I think, undoubtedly more complex, it doesn't necessarily mean it is easier or harder. Or difficult. They're both difficult. Am I gonna eventually come on, like, this is like a mate in 3 again, or a mate in like 1? Am I going to, is that what I'm looking at here? Is there notation in this puzzle? What does that mean, notation? I'm not sure I understand the question. Oh, no. This is just a... There are no moves. There are no... Let me switch the scene. There are no moves in this puzzle. Yeah, they don't let you know anything until you actually solve it. They don't let you know how much, like, the rating of the puzzle. They don't let you know the game that it's from, like the source. So you have to solve it. So this one has also been played. Those other puzzles that I did were 4,500 times. This one's been played 2,700 times. I don't know if I believe those numbers. I just... Are that many people doing puzzles on lishogi? And if I remember from when I used to do puzzles on lishogi, like, well over a year ago, these numbers are about what I remember seeing, like thousands of attempts. But maybe. Is there any sense of just getting this gold out here? No, we do not have a gold, unfortunately. So if we just drop our silver right off, gold takes. I don't think that's it. If we get our dragon here and the gold takes, it's mate. It's just mate. We tricked him. We tricked him. But if the king takes, what if the king takes? If the king takes, yeah, there's nothing here. Hey, magic based. Yeah, rook 3-1. Rook 3-1 is the most promising. It's mate if they drop the gold on 3-2. I'm not seeing the mate. I'm not seeing the mate if they drop the silver on 3-2. Yet. So if they drop the silver on 3-2, then we drop the silver on 2-2. Gold has to take. Bishop takes 3-2. Gold takes. We drop the silver on 3-4. And that's it. So is that it? Dragon 3-1. Silver drop. Silver drop 2-2. King cannot run. So the only move is gold takes, which opens this square. Horse takes 3-2, which is check, of course. I mean, it's a Tsume problem. So king cannot run to 3-4. So if gold takes, if either gold takes, but let's say gold on 4-2 takes, we redrop that silver on 3-4, and it's mate. If this gold takes, we redrop on 3-4, and that's it. So I think that's it. I'm going for it. Putting my puzzle rating on the line. So now that it's here, I'm gonna keep looking. So I said 2-2. 2-2. Oh! 2-2. 2-2. Gold has to take. Horse takes. Boom. Okay, so that was a fun mate in 7. I will thumb this one up as well. So far 3 for 3. They've all been good puzzles. This one gave a lot of points. Okay, so here's the detail on this one. So this was a 23-24 puzzle. And the source is Yanara O. Again, like that other one, yanarao.com. Or yanarao.yano.com, which is this site. I will thumb it up. And the puzzle rating is now 2430. So the magic base, 2430 is my current puzzle rating. Foradune, 81 Dojos push more updates. New default avatar images. Yeah. 10-second metrics. Also seems to have broken the WLS site. Oh, at WSL. They also broke some of my layouts. They also broke something here. So let's switch to this scene. So let me go here. I need to pick my. I need to pick which layout I want to show here. All right, I'll use this one. This is my old layout. This is the full board 81 Dojo layout. But this was my old one. It broke this because he rearranged the deck chairs up here, which broke my layout. It broke it a bit. But there's actual... So I'll stick on this one. If we go into a game... By the way, this is here is one of those that Fortune is talking about. It's one of the new avatars, one of the new default avatars. So this is a 4-dan avatar. If we open this in a new tab, why wouldn't it let me open this in a new tab anymore? I used to be able to.
20秒
I just did it yesterday. I swear I did this yesterday. Maybe he changed. I don't know. But anyway, this is a 256 by 256. The one that in the old days, I think the limit was 128 by 128, which is what I gave. So mine is not so high res. Wait. Unti Kong, hello. Nice to see you. And Benjamin Shuat, you say that I have the potential to become an opera singer.
10秒
All right, so he rearranged the deck chairs up here. So if you look at this, let me switch to a different scene so we could see it all here.
3
One without my camera. Actually, I think my camera is gonna show this. How does this show up? You know, he is, as they say, he is moving fast and breaking things. So, gosh, I can't. My YouTube management console is not showing this.
10秒
So, like, here's hand over hoe. Hand over hoe. Okay. All right. Well, hand over hoe. That doesn't sound right, but this button is hand over hoe. And
5
here is the
8
this.
9
Yeah, exactly, Forward. So here is this. Oh, this layout has the louder desktop audio. Yes, apologies. We'll be getting out of here soon. We'll be. Ronald, nice to see you. So clear this. Oh, so this wasn't working yesterday. This wasn't working. So this button to get out of here. Everything here was empty. Everything here was empty. So I don't know if he fixed it or if it's just a buggy feature or what, but like that's something else I noticed. Now I need to try to get out of here. So yeah, it's he's making changes, and yeah, you think it's a buggy feature. I seem to remember having this problem in the past as well, occasionally. Excuse me. So it's possible. Yeah, Ronald, I approved it. Yeah, so he's making lots of changes, and it's good to see. I don't. Some of these changes I don't think are for the better. Like again, there's just so much text and noise up here. I don't care about this. Like, I don't know what hand over hoe is. Like, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Hand over host. Hand over host. Yeah. Like, these are not even options for me. I'm a viewer. I'm a viewer, and the game is not even over. So it's just as disabled. But whatever. Whatever. Live chat, rematch. He's clearly not testing on smaller browser windows. Not that my browser window is all that small. I would say that this is pretty wide, but I think he must be on a big screen, and he's only testing on big screens and only testing possibly on big screens with Japanese. So, I think you end up with these kinds of visual anomaly, visual bugs. Localization is difficult, but he's making changes. And if we go into the page, there is more detail. As Fortune was saying, there's more detail now for there's open detail statistics 1. It feels using a 1 and a 2 seems like kind of amateur hour, but anyway, it is what it is. I don't know if that's maybe a Japanese thing. But if you open detail statistics 2, it shows your 10-second stuff, which is kind of cool. Which is definitely kind of cool. He moved the Shogi Club stuff out of this portion of the window and into the profile section of the window. So, you know, it looks a little nicer. As far as I'm concerned, it looks a little nicer. Yeah, he's making changes. He's definitely making changes. And I will exit the game. Okay. Yeah. So good stuff. You know, he's doing it. He's tweeting about his changes. He's tweeting in Japanese. You know, he's not tweeting in English. But you know, it's good stuff. Good stuff. The AI discussion, yeah, the AI discussion happened on Shogi Harbor a little bit, and I do think some of that discussion is overblown, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. On that note, I am going to get some more tea. My hands are so cold, and the heater isn't helping me so much, and I'm going to refill my Shogi Dad mug with some green tea. So I will be right back. Let me put this up. Alrighty. Oops, almost spilled it. Oh, now I have sticky somehow on my hand. I even washed... Foradun am have hope. Yeah. Yeah, 81 Dojo's coming along. It's coming along. I think the bones of it are so... the structure of the building is potentially not sound. In the end, it's... you may need to... Well, maybe the structure is, but... It might be one of those where you're going to have to tear it down to the studs and rebuild it to make it something sort of modern. But it's looking good. It's looking good, and he seems extremely pleased with it because a lot of people are observing high-level games. So, like, that seems to be one of the things that he really loves is maybe watching games and chatting together with other players about high-level games. So the fact that they're getting some high-level games on 81 Dojo seems to be, like, really pleasing to him. Benjamin, you say you're the new change hater because they deleted your kanji piece. Oh, he didn't add it back? I thought he might add it back. Okay, so we are here again. We are here. We've got one gold in hand. We've got a lance. It definitely feels like it could be one of these. Oh, he did. So yeah, he mentioned that the resolution is low, but he didn't that. He didn't explicitly say, well, I will not do it because the resolution is low. He just pointed out that the resolution is low. Which is true, but, it's been that way for 10 years and people are using it. But, yeah. It's a shame that there isn't just a better version for you that you really like. So do we have any hopes of this? No. What are our options? There are I don't think there are even that many checks here. There are not too many first move checks. There's one. There's two. There is... Well, there is. There's three. There's four. There's five. So let's look at the safest and maybe the most obvious of the moves, which is Rook 8-2. King cannot run. King can't run here because of the knight. King can't run here because it's still checked. King can't go to 6-1 because gold drops 7-1 is mate. So this would be Tsumero. This would be Tsumero, but I think that this ends. I think this ends. Now what? Now what? So they drop a lance on 6-2. Now what? Can't drop a gold. Because they just takes. Can't sack, I think. King takes. Drop the gold. King runs. So I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Bishop drop 4-1. We don't have a bishop. Ah. Arnulf. Lishogi has had puzzles for a long time. I don't know if there are more puzzles, but, you know, I do see a lot of criticism for Lishogi puzzles, and so I thought I would do them today. But keep in mind, I am only doing Tsume puzzles. I am only doing Tsume. I don't like their regular, you know, their regular puzzles are, in my experience, very goofy, and I think I wouldn't mind if they didn't have a rating on it. If they just didn't have a rating, I think I'd be like, okay, well, that's fine. But so far in this stream that has been going for an hour and 23, I have solved 3. I've either solved 3 or 4. I've either solved 3 or 4. I don't remember if I reloaded the page, which would trigger the redraw of the streak. So that they show a streak under the board here. Oh, it was already on stream. Yeah, I think regular puzzles are good. I would like to do regular puzzles. I just, in my experience, I really dislike theirs. The ones that are on Lishogi. Well, I think this is not mate. I think this is just not. I don't think there's a way to make mate here. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I don't see it. Gold drop 6-2. If silver takes, rook 4-1 promote is mate. So the king has to take. Gold drop 6-2. King takes. Now we have the good mate. Now we have rook 8-2 promote. There's nowhere to go. Whatever the king does, you know, we could pre-move this bishop 7-2, or this rook 7-2, right? So let's look at this again. Gold drop 6-2. If silver takes, rook 4-1. Gold drop 6-2. If king runs to 4-2, rook takes 5-1 promote. guarded by the gold. King cannot take the knight. So king has to go to 3-2. And then dragon 4-1 promote is... Or not promote. Dragon 4-1 is mate. So there's that. Gold drop 6-2. So king takes. The rook 8-2 promote. We get the 1 gap. And no matter what, if the king either goes to 6-1 or they block, dragon 7-2 is mate. All right, I think that's it. Put the points on the line. Boom, boom. Okay. Mate and 5. Now, what is this? Report. Oh, you can report the puzzle. So this was also, the source of this was also yanrao.yano.com. You think, Gabrielle, good to see you. You think rook unpromote, then promote would also be mate? Oh, true. I wonder if they would give it. I wonder. Let's take this puzzle and I'll run this in incognito mode. I'll run this in an incognito window. Let's take a look here. So here we are. Let's try that. Let's try that. It called it wrong. Wah, wah. I think. Do we have to report this problem? Do we have to report this problem? So if anyone wants to report this problem, here we go. This is it. Yeah, like this is mate, right? This should be mate. There's no it's the same, it's the same problem. The only difference is that now the king can also go to 7-1, which is still going to be mated with rook 7-2 promote. Isn't this allowed in traditional Tsume rules? The unpromote? I think it's, I don't know, but it's mate. Like, it is mate. So this is one thing where Shogi, Shogi's problems, one thing that I really like about theirs... Oh, you mean it's not considered a bad problem? I don't know. But one thing I do like about Shogi is that they are actually running their engine. So, like, you don't have to make the most efficient mate to get it right in Shogi, because they're running an engine against you. And you'll see, one of the great things is that you'll see why it's wrong. So, like, here you don't... This is I think the most annoying part of lishogi for these problems, and I think Lee Chess was also a little more annoying in my experience than the alternatives. Is that okay? Show me why. Show me why this is wrong. Show me why this is wrong. Prove it. And you cannot turn it. So let me switch my board. My layout. You cannot turn the engine on, and it doesn't show you a variation. So this is actually one of the reasons why I stopped doing a lot of the lishogi puzzles as well. I really dislike the rating on the puzzles, just because it's like you get one right and you get like half a point. You get one wrong, you lose 56 points. But regardless, the problem is you can't test it. Like, you can't see what's going... You can't see why it's wrong. It's like, I want to know why it's wrong. It's just like, nope, that's not the answer. Like, if you log in, can you maybe? I don't know. But you know, this one I am doing because I already solved it. So I'm doing this in an incognito window. But like, you tell me that's not the move. Why isn't it? Yeah, you can view the solution. Oh, and now you can turn on the engine here. Yeah. Now you can turn on the engine. Yeah. And you'll see that the puzzle is wrong. I don't think it's a fake complaint at all. I don't think it's a fake complaint at all. I don't like that. Show me why it's bad. You know, lishogi or the other sites will show you, like, if you make a bad move. So if you made so let's say, you know, I make a bad move here. The other site, the what's it called? Shogi would be like, I don't know. Well, that's not a check. The Shogi would show you how the Shogi would drop the piece or whatever and show you that why it's wrong. I think that's on a puzzle site. I think it should show you. You shouldn't have to guess. I think, even when you're viewing the solution, like, it's a problem. But you know, this case is admittedly just a worse case of the problem because it actually is the solution, and it's not. It's telling you it's not a solution. Anyway, so it's not. For me, it's one of those. It's one of those little paper cuts. You know, you start adding paper cuts to something, and it becomes not as good. So that super fast, nope, not right. Type solution. I don't like that in my Tsume sites or my puzzle sites. I don't like it about lichess either. You know, that's why I mostly liked doing puzzles on chess.com more, because it shows you. It's not like you make the move and then just it's like a one frame link. It just links right into the back to the where it was. It's like let my incorrectness breathe a bit. Even if you're not going to show me why it's wrong, let my incorrectness breathe for a second here and let me see. Like, did I misclick? Did you almost don't even know. It's like, did I misclick? Did I do something else? It corrects it errors out so fast. But again, you know, that I think is also a lichess problem. All right, so we are here. That puzzle only gave me +2. So they gave me more than usual. So I'm sitting at 2432. Let's solve this one. This one I'm going to guess is also a Yanra-O one. I don't see too many Tsume puzzles, at least in past years when I used to do lishogi puzzles. Like, let me see my stats on this. How many have I done? I've done 1,464 puzzles on lishogi, and I still have a question mark. I still have a question mark because, of course, I do. But what am I trying to say? Oh, I seem to remember that most of the puzzles that were full board were the Yanra-O. They weren't from games. This one has been played 43 times. Okay, so where's their king? Their king is on 2-5. Heard a strange little noise on the door. Oh, wow. I left the door open. Oh, Play Shogi also points out when there's multiple solutions. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, PO Shogi will just play. You know, it just wants you to solve it. It doesn't demand that you solve it in a particular way because it's running its engine. So I suppose you could argue that if their engine has a bug, it's possible that the problem will not be solvable. So we only have a pawn. I think there are a lot of options here. So here's one. So I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look at this option. Silver takes gold. So this is actually one of the nice things about doing these types of problems that come from actual games, because there's no gamesmanship of these puzzles. It's like, oh, it's not like if this was a composed Tsume problem, the solution would not be silver takes gold, because it's too straightforward. It's too straightforward. Hey, Tulip, nice to see you. So if this was a composed problem, we could almost discard silver takes gold, because it's an obvious solution. It's an obvious first move. You know, Tsume artists, Tsume puzzle like composers and Tsume puzzle artists, they like to make you like, this has to be the move. You know, something weird has to be the move. But I like that about these types of problems, because it could be anything. It could be anything, and we don't know, you know, this could be, you could put this and say this is a mate in 7 or this is a mate in 5. But, you know, here, that's one of the things, you know, I said one of the things I don't like about the lishogi ones. Here's one of the things I really do like about it, is that, you know, it's not telling you how long it is, and it's a real problem. So it could be anything. It could be this, it could be this, it could be this, you know, it could be this. They're all equally likely. So I am going to explore this line. I'm going to explore 4-6. Silver takes 4-6. And if the king runs, we drop the gold, and that is just mate. If the king runs to 2-6, gold drop on 2-7 is just mate. Yeah, because the bishop is watching 1-5. So the only other option for them is to take this, is to take the piece. And then fly buzzing in here. And then I drop the gold. I drop the pawn. Take. Take. Pawn drop. No matter where he goes, gold drop on 3-5-6 I think is going to be mate. Right? He goes up here. He can't take. He can't go here. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can't go here. He runs. Oh, if he goes here. He goes here. Then I drop the gold. Drop the gold. To protect this pawn. And then wherever he goes, I bring the gold up to 3-6. Right? So that's probably why this is a high-level problem. Maybe because it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. Someone might just drop that gold immediately. Silver takes. So let's see. Is there any other way the king can run? King can't go here. Nothing can take this piece. Nothing can take this. Nothing can take the silver on 3-6 other than the king. So if the king runs, then gold drop is mate on 2-7. And there's no other place after I take. The king can't run anywhere else. So silver takes. King takes. Pawn drop 3-7. Nothing can take that pawn. King can't go to 2-7 because of the gold beneath. So king goes to 2-6. King goes to 2-6. Gold drop 3-7, protected by the other gold. Gold drop 2-7. And wherever the king goes, say to 3-5, we take that same gold that we just dropped and bring it to 3-6. And the horse is guarding all these. So I think that's it. I think that's it. You find it less tricky since there doesn't seem to be a need to sack. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah. So what's the word? Is it tricky? Less tricky? Yeah, so you don't need to sack in this. You just have to calculate. All right, so let's do it. I'm putting my you know, I definitely I have my I'm fearing these because of that previous problem where it's like, uh-oh, if I find a slower mate, is it going to penalize me? Okay, so that was a good problem. I think that was a fun one. Like that, I was gonna say that felt like a practical problem, but of course, it happened in a game. It'd be cool to see the histogram of like where people got the problem wrong. I'm gonna guess that it was on the 5th move that gold dropped 7-2 or 2-7. All right, moving on. What's our rating? We're 24-36. Are we we are no longer provisional. No, we finally got it. Maybe the lishogi developer is watching. If you're there, hello, and thank you for all your hard work. Okay. So, We have this. We have this. All right, I'm going to start right now. What feels the most promising to me is silver drop 3-2. Silver drop 3-2. King can't run because, you know, that's made. So silver drop 3-2. That means silver has to take. We promote with the knight. King has to run. And then we just mate with dragon 3-2. Right? Right? It can't be that easy. It can be, but it also can't be. So silver drop 3-2. How many times has this one been played? This one has been played 4,528 times. It claims. The system claims this. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. So silver 3-2. King cannot take. The only thing it can take is this silver. Or the king can run. If the king runs, dragon takes 2-3, and that is just mate, protected by the silver. Silver drop 3-2, so that means the silver has to take. Knight promotes. Nothing can take this knight. Nothing can take this knight. So the king is here. King has to go to 3-2. And that just is a straightforward mate of dragon takes 3-2, protected by the promoted knight. It feels too easy. It feels too easy. So here we go. All right, mate in 5. +3 on that one. Is there ruling 3 and 5 in 3 or no? No. This is just I just clicked. I did puzzles and Tsume. So all we know is that these are Tsumeshogi and they are based on rating. So like this rating of this puzzle is 1,898. I'm going to guess that there aren't many rating. I'm going to guess there aren't many 2,400 level puzzles. I'm going to guess. Not sure why that would be, but it sure seems that way based on what we're doing. So would 5-3, Bishop 5-3 had worked. So let's see. Let's open this up in an incognito. Because I don't know if it's going to restart my puzzle. Like I don't know what happens if I try to do it differently. I guess I can try. Let's see. So let's see if this takes away. So the thing is, I want to thumb up this thing, but I also want to play around. So if we did this, let's say, okay, so we'll turn the engine on, and let's say the engine is saying the only thing that's mate is 3-2. If we drop, so let's think about it. Let's think about it. If we take 5-3. If we take 5-3, then the king runs to 2-2. And I think that's it. No, because then we drop a silver. And then the king runs to 1-2. And then the king runs to 1-2, right? So if we do this... Oh, it's just bishop takes. It's just bishop takes. It's just bishop takes. And now this bishop is here. Okay. All right. Let me close this. So this is another one. All these squares are guarded, so the king's only square running... If the king had to run, the only running square is 4-3. It feels like the pattern that I'm expecting right now is something like pawn drop, silver, forced silver take, gold drop. So we need to we basically need to close this off. We need to close this. We need to close 4-3. So we do that by this. He drops a pawn on 4-2. Yeah, that they show, that these puzzles are full board. I love full board Tsume problems. These are, I believe, they are called Shogi. I believe. I think both have their pluses and minuses. I do prefer doing these because they feel better. Because they feel more real. But the others often will be focusing on the theme, which is also important to see. It is important to be able to see patterns in isolation. So I think they're both good. I think they both have their place. As far as I'm concerned, they both have their place. But I do prefer doing these. But lishogi has a mix. lishogi has composed, and they have the full board. All right, so what are our options? What are our options now? How can we check? So 1, we can drop the gold up here. 2, drop the gold immediately there. 3, drop the gold immediately there. 4, we drop the gold here. 5, we can drop the pawn. 6, and that's it. There are not many options here, which should simplify this. I do think the trick is blocking 4-3, and it's a matter of figuring out how we can do that. Oh, no. Okay, so we actually don't need to Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah, because we can't mate with the pawn drop. So let's... Can't do this because it's a mate with a pawn drop. Is there... Ah! How about this? Okay. Pawn drop. If the king runs, then it's going to be mate with gold drop 4/4, king 5/2. Or no, king can't go to 5/2 because of the lance. So that's just it. So silver takes. Gold drop. 3/5. King has to go to 4/3. The place we said we don't want him to run to. Then we drop a pawn on 4/4. Means king has to go to 4/2. Dragon protected by the lance to 5/2, and that's mate. Is that a mate in 5? Is that a mate in 7? That's a mate in 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's do this again. What are the other options? So go, pawn drop 4/5. King can't take because the knight is protecting. King can't go back to 4/4 to 4/3 because gold drop on 4/4 is now mate, protected by the pawn. Well, no, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's actually not. It's not mate. It's not mate. It's pawn. It's the same thing. It still needs the rook. Pawn. King runs. Gold 4/4. King has to run to 4/2. Dragon. So pawn 4/5. Silver takes. Gold drop 3/5. King can't take this lance, so king has to go to 4/3. We drop a pawn on 4/4. King again cannot go into the fifth file because of the lance, so the king has to go back. That pawn is protected by the gold. King goes back, and then dragon 5/1. You think you've seen this puzzle? Hey, Rico, nice to see you. It claims that 4,616 players. This has been played 4,616 times. I do not think I believe these lishogi numbers. I just don't buy them. It feels like these numbers are about what they were years ago. Also, they seem very high. How many people are on lishogi? How many people are on lishogi? How many people are doing puzzles on lishogi? How many people are doing this particular puzzle on lishogi? All right, so I'm going to solve this one. And so this was another +4. So this is the 1,949 rated puzzle. So how many people do we have that are doing 1900 level puzzles on lishogi? I just don't know how it's possible that Like, you know, Rico and Tulip, you both believe this, but I just don't see how it's possible. Do we have that? How many people are actually use lishogi? Oh, you remember this puzzle? You both remember this puzzle. Yeah, anonymous solves, I assume, get counted too. I agree. But, like, how... 4,000 times, 4,500 times, that's a lot of times for a single puzzle on a site that has... How many puzzles does lishogi have? Do we know? Let's go to the puzzle dashboard. I'm going to thumb this one up. And my rating is now 2443. So how many? Where are the metrics here? Where are the metrics? Okay, so that's not what I wanted. Puzzle themes. Let's... Okay, so it has these numbers. 4,026 Tsume puzzles it has. $4,026 puzzles. How could there be 4,026 Tsume and 5,107 mates? I don't know what that is. From lishogi games, interesting. Let me expand out here. Oh, so this is huh. That still seems a lot to me. You know, if we have, well, I guess, is there a way to filter this? So it would be nice to see how of these mates. So that was a mate in 7. That was a mate in 7. That last one was a mate in 7. There are only 279 mate and 7s on the site. But do we really have 4,000 people doing mate and 7s on lishogi? Maybe. But like I said, I think even a couple, 3-4 years ago, these numbers all seemed to be about that same 4,000 level. But maybe I'm just misremembering. Possible I'm misremembering. I'm surprised there are only 7,000 puzzles on lishogi. Because there should be, you know, every game of shogi, pretty much every game ends in a checkmate. So we should be able to get mate problems out of them, right? Maybe they're looking for, maybe unlike Shogi, these lishogi ones, maybe their analysis requires that there to be only one and only one path to mate. You know, one and only one, like, first move that's winning. Like, maybe if there's a mate in 5 and a mate in 7, maybe they throw that out. Maybe they throw that out. Wanderer mentioned something about not allowing multiple solutions. Okay, yeah, Shogi allows them. Because Shogi runs the engine. When you're doing the problems, Shogi runs the engine. It doesn't have the, I don't think it has the move locked in. But one thing you'll notice when you play on Shogi, if you get that first move wrong, very often the engine will sit there and think a while. Like that's a hack to knowing that you got it wrong, is if the engine doesn't make the next move immediately, you know you got it wrong. So maybe Shogi has a mix where they run the engine, but they also store the best solution and the response from that solution. It's interesting. All right. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. Actually, I need to take a bio break and fill my water and tea. So I will be back, and I'll just leave this up here. I won't put on the be right back. I'll just leave this up. All right, back. All right, let's see where we are here. Okay, this one's got a lot of stuff on the board. Gosh, my hand is so cold. It's really chilly today, despite the bright sun. So where's the, you know, the king can run out this way, but so if we do like silver, he runs, gold runs. We don't have enough to. We don't have a follow-up check. I think we don't have a follow-up check. I don't think we have a check there. Just actually, let me validate that again. So silver, king 7-3, gold 7-4, king runs, and we can promote, but that's not checked. We can drop a knight. They take. There ends the checks. Yeah, so I think that's not good. Yeah, we could block off this running square by dropping a gold. You know, our rook is here. You know, our rook is here. I think this rook is not part of the problem. So we drop the gold on 8-3. If the king runs to 6-2, then we just drop the knight. And that's going to be mate. Right. King goes up. Silver. King 5-2. Not this, because the bishop is watching here. That would promote. Okay, so there's we're looking promising here. So gold. Yeah, gold 8-3. I want to hold it in my right hand. So gold 8-3. If king goes to 7-1, drop the pawn. Am I winning? Yes, I am winning. I am winning. Today has been winning. Today has been all winning. I don't want to jinx it, but all the puzzles have been success. How about, okay, so how about we throw a pawn here? How about we throw a pawn out? You know, this is, you know, that it's just mate. So pawn drop. If king takes, I think the king just runs. We can't stop anything. Gold, run. Okay, so I'm gonna discard the pawn. Wait, Shogi Hexlord Jinx complete. Wait. Will I make another podcast with Rico? There is another one. So if you have only seen that first interview episode, there is another episode there where we do a dual stream, which is where we rank the shogi proverbs. Okay, so you saw two. Yeah. Hopefully we'll do another one. But right now, of the 26 episodes, 27, 27 including tomorrow, it's just the two. What happened after Gold Drop 8-3? Well, it got hard. It got hard. It seems promising. Gold Drop 8-3 still seems promising to me. Drew Maniac, hello. It says, you say long time no see. I don't know if this is a different username because it says this is your first time chat. But if you're confusing me with some other very handsome person, thank you. And welcome to the channel. But if you are a different username, welcome back. I almost dropped the gold. So yeah, so if this happens, Drascaria, nice. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so gold 8-3. The one that I don't like is the one that I don't like is right here, is 7-1. So I had thought that I would do this. No. So let's not drop the pawn. Let's not get fancy. Gold there, silver, king 6-2, knight, and then yeah, wherever the king goes from there, it's just pawn 4-2. So gold drop 7-1 or 6-1 is silver drop. King goes to 5-1. King goes to 5-1. We promote. King goes to 6-2. Knight drop. So I think that's it. So gold 7-1. Rook 7-1. Silver 7-2. King has to go to 6-2. Knight drop 7-4. King can only go to 5-1 or 5-2, and in either case, pawn 4-2 promote is made. So what other options? Immediate king 6-2. Knight drop, and it's the same deal, just reverse. So that was a mate in 7 as well. That was the lowest rated one I think that I've done today, because that only gave me 2 points. That's a 1905 puzzle rating. That one was a 1905. This one has only been done 2,500 times. So just to go back to the discussion about these numbers, these come from the same source. They come from yanurao.yano.com. So presumably they all came in the same day. But one of them has been played 2,500 times, the other one 4,500 times? It's possible. It's possible. Still seems weird. Still seems pretty high to me. So this is the tags on this one are mate in 7, Tsume, and very long puzzle. It's not very long, but anyway. Okay. So what is the rating? 2445. 2445. Okay. So this one feels a bit composed. It'll be interesting to see what the source is. This feels like it's from Yanra-O. It feels like it's a full game board that someone just clicked Phil Gote's hand. So this one feels partially composed to me. Because in a real game, this is never going to happen. Oh no, this could happen. This could happen. Oh, it's just a lot of... This could definitely happen. It's just one of each of these pieces. Yeah, this could definitely happen. Sorry. Especially in these types of situations. So, my instinct is Bishop 2-2. So like Bishop 2-2, it protects this pawn. If the king runs forward, it's gold drop mate. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Gold drop, king runs, promote. And that's... They can't run because of the knight. So, wait, so that's... So bishop 2-2. If king runs... If the king runs... Like, the king runs to 4-3, it's just mate. So what are the other options? So bishop 2-2. Bishop 2-2. What are the other options? They can't block. If they block, I just promote. King can't. So if I drop here, king can't go here because the pawn is protecting it. King can't take the pawn because I'm protecting it. So that means the king has to go... Essentially, the king has to go to 3-6. Drop the gold on 2-6. Protecting the knight. King can't go here because of the pawn. King can't go back here because of the bishop. King comes back. Bishop 3-3 promote. And that is mate. And that is just mate. Lance is protecting this pawn. Alright. Alright. Just making sure. Okay. That was a mate in 5. Also +2. That rating was only 1774. So my guess is that in this puzzle... So it's strange here. So these numbers now, this is again from Yanra-O. It's the same source. This one has only been played 1,743 times. But this is a lower rated puzzle. So wouldn't you think that the lower rated puzzles would get more play? Maybe not. Maybe it gets less likes. What do the likes have to do with anything? That's a question that I've wondered about. Like, what do the likes actually do? Well, Killer Ducky, my point is just that the higher level puzzles had 4,500 plays. Were played 4,500 times. Oh, so you're saying high-rated puzzles might be rare. So if you have high rating, those are the only puzzles that... Yeah. Well, or they start dipping down like they've been for me now. But I guess how are there 4,500 people getting shown a 2000 level puzzle? You know, that's sort of my question. Also, again, it seems like these numbers are about what they were years ago when I last was doing puzzles. Yeah, I think Oregano Moniwa, you say that the real game Tsumeshogi is easier than the usual. I think you're right now. We can also just say that lishogi doesn't have their problems are not very difficult. I think that's one thing we could probably say. Like the fact that I'm 24-47 now. Yeah, my rating is 24-47, and I'm only getting these correct. Just imagine what like a good Tsumeshogi solver could do. Like they would blitz through this. So I think this one. So I'm not seeing the full board. I'm not looking at the full board yet, but I think this one is going to be pretty easy. Gold drop 2-3, king 2-1, gold drop 2-2, silver takes, gold takes. You know, protected by the lance is mate. So gold. If the king goes back to 4-1, it's just gold drop 5-2. So this one seems extremely easy, which is the scariest, you know, which is the scariest time. So let's see, is there any other? Oh no, and here it is. The silver can take this. Silver can take this. Silver can take this. The silver is here. There's a random silver on the edge of the board. So I think this is why these types of problems sometimes get. Sometimes they get higher. They elevate the rating. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. You do it and then boop, you get it wrong. So this is, I would almost classify this as a bit of a trick puzzle. Almost. It's a trick puzzle because it's so easy if you just miss one of the oddly positioned pieces on the board. You miss the fact that there's this silver, there's a random silver on the side and the edge. So, we drop the gold here. There is only one move. You drop the gold on 4-2. Only one move is silver. Silver takes. Now we drop the gold on 2-2. Protected by the lance. So the only move is king 4-1. So now we take the silver. King takes. And we just have a silver in hand. And I'm not sure if we have anything here. I do not think we have anything. So we can't do this. Gold 2-2, silver takes, gold 4-2, king goes back, and that's it. So we can pull the king over, right? So what if we just immediately 4-2 silver? If silver takes, it's mate. If silver takes, we've got gold drop 2-2, king 4-1, gold drop 5-2. So silver has to... so king has to take. And now we have 2 golds. Oh, I think I see it now. I think I see it now. So, I think gold drop 4-2. Only move is silver takes. Only move is silver takes. Because the king can't run to this side because of the lance. So, silver takes. King takes. This is essentially... This is the edge. We have a new edge of the board. So, we have a new edge. So, gold 4-2. Silver takes. Silver takes, promotes. King takes. We have a silver and a gold in hand now. So we'll have this silver in our hand, and we'll have 1 more gold in our hand. So the king is on 4-2. We drop a silver on 5-1. And if the king runs anywhere, then it's gold drop 4-2. If the king takes 5-1, of course we've got gold on head. So I think that's it. I think that's it. Let's just slowly go through that. So gold drop 4-2. King cannot go over here. King cannot run to 4-1 either. King cannot take the gold. So the only move is silver takes. Silver takes again, promote. Only move is king takes. So then we redrop the silver on 5-1. King has to take. I mean, if king takes, then gold drop 5-2. If king runs, gold 4-2. There are no other pieces that can capture that. All right, so I'm convinced. All right, a good one. That's a good problem. That's a good problem. I bet a lot of its rating, and that's an 1,864. So that one has been played close to 5,000 times. 1864. And I am going to guess that a lot of the answers... I would love to see a heat map of where people made moves, but I would bet a lot of them are gold 2-3. Because it's at least for me, it seemed so obvious that was an easy solution, except for the fact that this silver is there. All right, so we are at 2449. 2449. Oh, and let me change my scene again. My scene here. I've been at the bigger board here. Let's get it to the dedicated lishogi scene. Okay, there's a lot more going on this one. So maybe this is going to be... So I am gold drop. Okay, it's not as easy as I thought. It's not as easy as I thought. The difficulty in forcing the king up here is that this is hanging. We have a lot of ways to check on this one, I think. We've got here. No, we do have here. We've got here. Hmm. Is there any value in pulling the bishop up? Pulling the king. So if we drop the bishop, actually that's not mate. The king can run. Okay, so we can't let the king get over here. Yeah, we cannot let the king get over. So let's if we drop the knight, the king gets over here. We can't really do anything. Or this way. Huh. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I like this. Like, you know, this kind of position in like a Hiramake game is brutal. Would just be brutal. So I'm really thinking I'm gonna have to drop this gold on 5-5. Because like even if I drop a bishop on 4-5, I think the king can just run. Ignoring the fact that I think it could also just take. Take with a silver. Like, what if he ran? That's... Okay, so I don't think that's it. Alright, so gold 5-5. Gold 5-5. Gold 5-5. King 6-3. King 6-3. Knight drop. King takes. Bishop drop. Yeah, and I think that's it. That's the end of my hopes. Huh. Okay, so how about gold drop? Come over here. Do we drop the bishop somewhere? Drop the bishop. King takes. Now, how am I going to make a mate there? I don't see it. I don't see a way there. Gold, king, oops. Gold 5-5, king 6-3, gold 6-2? No, because then the king can just run. Knight drop. Yeah, the king can't run because then we drop a gold and that's mate. But, so... Knight drop. Let's say king runs forward. Gold drop 7-5 is mate. So knight drop, the move that I was afraid of, 4-4. Bishop drop. Bishop drop 5-5. If king goes to 4-5, we just have a gold drop. So king goes to 4. So king goes to 3-5. Bishop drop, or bishop move to 6, to 4-6. King 2-5, gold 2-4 is mate, right? So knight drop, king 4-4, bishop 5-5, king 3-5, bishop 4-6. If the king goes back to any of these squares, then it's then gold drop 5-5 is mate. Wow, that's it. Right? Right? Knight 6-6. If king goes to 6-3, gold drop 6-2 is mate. If king 6-5, gold drop 7-5 is mate. If king straight to 4-5, gold drop 4-6, king 4-4, I could drop the bishop or just... No, I can't drop the gold. I can't move the gold. I would just drop the bishop on 5-5. I think that's it. I think that's it. You like this BGM? Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right, let's put our rating on the line. Okay. Now bishop 5-5. King 3-5. Bishop 4-6. King 2-5, gold 2-4. All right, another mate in 7. In 1000, this is in 1849, played 4,600 times. That was a good one. I like that. That felt so. You know, there are problems that teach you patterns, and there are problems that teach you calculation. Well, and there are problems that do both. I think these types of problems, it feels like they're teaching calculation and visibility. Whether or not that is a taught thing, I have to believe it is. But, like, there's no pattern here, I think. There's not really, like, a pattern that you can apply to a lot of your games, like a storming the Mino Castle or whatever. This is just a raw visualization and calculation puzzle. But what's the mechanism by which our brains get better at those? I wonder. Like, what is that mechanism? Like, what neural pathways? You know, I'm watching a bunch of Star Trek. Like, what pathways are being, by doing these kinds of puzzles and thinking hard, what is actually happening in our brain such that I'd be getting faster at these or better at these? I wonder what it is. Like that muscle, that calculation muscle, that visualization muscle. I wonder what it is. All right, I will like this. So far I have liked every puzzle. There was the one that as Gabrielle had pointed out, had it rejected a valid solution. It rejected the stylish solution. It was the same number of moves, but it rejected the stylish solution. So where am I? I am 2451. So I crossed 2450 today in this puzzle. In this puzzle rating. The lishogi puzzle rating. I'm thinking about this lance here. I'm thinking so that my eyeballs are looking at this lance drop right away. One of the things to watch is that this bishop is here. So if I drop the lance, king has to take. Gold check. King has to go back. Moho Moyo. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. What is my rating on Lead Chess? I don't have a rating on Lead Chess. Not, you know, I haven't played chess in. I don't think I've played on Lead Chess in a bunch of time, in literally years, I think. And when I did play on Lead Chess, I pretty much only played the Maya bots. So I don't know. It was like, so at some point I was like 1700 just by playing Maya bots. But like that was years ago, and it wasn't real. If I'm remembering correctly, it's been a long time since I've been playing chess. I'm not a good chess player. I've never been a good chess player. I've never been like a serious chess player. What about this? What about we promote here? So if knight 2-3 promote, that forces the king to 2-4. Interesting. Boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think this... So we've got this. I drop the lance. Bishop takes. It feels like this is going to be one of those problems where I have to pull something. All right, well, what about Lance? What about... I think I need this Lance here, but what about Lance? Lance 2-3 promote. King has to go to 2-4. Knight jump. I think I'm seeing it now. So Lance 2-3. King 2-4. Knight 2-6. I think it's just made. And I can make this move. There's no pins. So Lance 2-3 promote. King has to move to 2-4. Knight 2-6. Nothing can capture it. Nothing can capture it. King cannot take the lance because the knight is protecting it. King cannot take the knight because the gold is protecting it. King cannot move forward to 2-5 because the gold is protecting that square. King can't go back because of the lance. Wait, so is that just a basic mate in 3? Wait, am I missing something? Am I missing something? That's just a mate in 3. Lance 2-3 promote. Nothing can take it. Nothing can take it. Right? Yeah. The bishop cannot take it. The king cannot take it. And the king has to move to 2-4. King cannot go to 2-4. Or the king has to go to 1-4. King cannot go to 2-4 because the promoted lance is guarding it. So king goes to 2-4. We jump our knight to 2-6. Which is legal. You know, the rook is not pinned, like the king is not pinned, or the knight is not pinned. And nothing can take this. There's no bishop, there's no silver. King cannot take, king is now under check. King cannot go to 2-5 because the gold is protecting it. King cannot take the knight because the gold is protecting it. All right. That's it. A mate in 3. Rating 2231. A mate in 3, rating 2231, and it's been played over 3,200 times. That I don't get. So that's, that I don't quite understand. Was this one so easy that someone... Where was the easy... What was the easy... Was there an obvious move that didn't end up working? Was it promoting with the knight? Was there an obvious move there that just easily, that you make that move, you're like, oh, you make the move and you see it tells you it's wrong, and then you're like, oh boy, oh, I got tricked. Because I used to, on lishogi, I used to have those all the time. When I was playing them, when I was playing the problems just quickly, sort of without fully obliterating the problem, I'd be like, okay, this looks good, this, and then this, and this, or this, and this, and this, this, and this, and this. It's like, oh, there's a bishop over there, or oh, there's a silver on the edge in a weird spot. So it's strange that is so high. But anyway, they gave me plus 13. They gave me plus 13 rating. So now my rating is at 2464. We're just blasting through these. It's been good. I want to say that this has been good so far. This might be the last puzzle here. We're closing in on 3 hours, and you know, my son is still here from school for this week, so I'm gonna try to do some stuff. Maybe play some FTL. I don't know if anyone remembers that old game, but my son has been playing FTL since he was in early grade school, and he's always loved it. And I never really played it, so we started yesterday. I started playing it, and yeah, seems really good. Seems like a really fun game. And it sold, you know, it sold a bazillion copies, and they didn't make I don't know if it's they or one guy, but they didn't make a sequel. You know, they did a different style of game, Into the Breach, I think it's called. But anyway. Hey, NightWalker. Okay, you've got cool news. All right. Boy, I'm getting... Someone's been trying to hack some of my accounts that are based on some Microsoft sites. I've got all these notifications that like authentication. Yeah, it's the game about space stuff. Yeah, it's a roguelike game where you have a spaceship and you have... It's not turn-based, but you're making moves of moving your crew around the ship, and it's really cool. I think it's really cool. But it's yeah, it's a roguelike, which is one of my most favorite genres. So this is interesting. All right, Tortupi. Thank you as always for stopping by. Appreciate you. Have a good sleep. You stuck with us. I think this is going to be the last one. I think, regardless. Hopefully I can get this one right to finish, and it doesn't take too long. I'm liking this. I'm liking this right now. No, I'm not. I think the horse can take. Yeah, this horse is doing a lot of defense here. What can I... So what are my candidate moves here? What are my candidate moves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's only 9 moves. It's only 9 moves. That's interesting. In my mind, it was so many more. So let's detach or discard the horse moves. 7-1. King takes. Rook drop. Or gold drop. King runs. Right. I drop a gold. Well, then he can just come back this way. Also, all right. So I'm pretty sure that this is bad. How about this one? Lance takes. King can't take. King can't take. If king takes, it's just mate. So that would be a trap. But Lance takes. How am I getting my next check? How am I getting my next check? I don't think I'm getting my next check. I don't think I'm just not getting a next check. So that's that. Okay, so I'm done with the horses. Silver. Silver 9-3. Lance can't take because rook drop would be mate. So let's see. So silver 9-3. King takes. Well, and then what? And then what? And then what? Nothing. Nothing. There's nothing, because the horse is just too strong there. Oh, you got a go board with Yunzi stones? Nice. Nice. Yeah, Go is a very fun is a very fun tactile game. And I love my Yunzi stones. But it is not Shogi. It is not Shogi. Yeah, Go's a great game. Just very satisfying to place moves on the board. I really wanted to. I would like if I enjoyed the game more, I would get one of those AI boards. Those AI boards are so cool. They could play on the online sites and do puzzles, and they're Yunzi-like. You know, they're single convex stones on the AI board. But I mean, it's expensive. All right, so I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. So how are we going to get this check? How are we going to get this check? All right, so I don't think it's this. What about silver takes knight? So I'm going through each move, the horse. I think I've exhausted those. This one I think does not work. So what about silver takes the knight? Silver takes knight. Silver takes knight if king takes. King takes. If silver takes knight if king takes. Rook drop. Rook drop 7-2. King 6-4. Knight drop 7-6. No, king takes here. Oh, no. So, takes, rook drop. Wherever the king goes. Would it be take up here? Take the horse. Hold on. I'm starting to get foggy. All this I'm starting to get foggy. A moyo. Yeah, rook 9-3. Yeah, rook 9-3 is I'm going through the plans here. So I'm going through move by move. So I know it's not the horse, I think. So I'm trying to do this. I know silver 9-3 is not it. I think silver here. If the king takes, rook drop, king runs. Rook takes. King 5-2. Horse 6-3. King 4-2. All right, so I think that is mate. I think that is mate. But so what about? So I'll keep if there's no other better solution. So horse takes here. So horse takes. Then I drop the rook. Horse takes. Gold drop. King runs. Knight drop would be mate. So takes. Rook drop. If the king runs, then it's gold drop. Lance takes. Horse takes. So that's the mate if the king runs. So silver takes promotes. If the king runs back, pulls back, I just take the horse. So takes. Rook drop. 8-2. Horse takes. Gold drop 7-4. King 9-3. Knight drop 8-5. Okay, so I think that is mate. I think that's mate. So again, so the difficulty here is if the king takes. If the king takes, this seems like a complicated, very complicated mate. Or complicated for a problem. So let's look at rook 9-3. Since you said, let's look at rook 9-3. Rook 9-3. Lance takes. I don't think there's anything else there. Lance takes. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that you're right, but rook 9-3, Lance takes. I don't think that's it. All right, so I'm going to look at this again. If the king runs, so what if the king runs? So this is such a long and complicated one. If the king runs, then rook takes there. And that's not long and complicated at all. That's mate. So takes. Rook drops 7-2. So king has to go to 6-4, 6-3. Oh, and then gold drop. Wait. So takes. Rook drop 7-2. King 6-3. If the king, yes, king 6-3. Gold drop 5-4. So take. Let's see the horse again. So horse takes. Rook drop 8-2. Silver takes. Horse takes. Rook drop 8-2. If horse takes, gold drops up. So yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, gold drop. Nothing can capture it. King has to go to 9-3. And then we drop our knight on 8-6. So there's that mate. What about take, rook drop 8-2, king 9-3. Then we drop the gold. Wait. We drop the gold on 9-2. Oh no, because the horse is watching it. No, it isn't, because the horse would have taken on 7-3. Okay, let's play that again. Silver 7-3. Horse takes. Rook drop 8-2. King 9-3. Gold drop 9-2. Again, the horse is on 7-3. So the king cannot run because the rook is guarding it. So Lance has to take. No, Lance doesn't have to take. Oh, yes, it does. Yes. Yeah, king cannot take. Let's try that again. Take. Rook 8-2. King 9-3. Gold drop 9-2. King can't take the rook. King can't take the gold. So Lance takes the gold. Horse takes the lance on 9-2. King is on 9-3. King can't go into this file because the rook. Nothing can take the horse. And that's mate for that. So one more time with this. Take. Drop. Take. Gold drop 7-4. Yeah, there's nowhere for the king to run. King except for 9-3. And then we drop our knight on 8-6. So there's that mate. So now take. Rook drop 7-2. If king goes to 8-5, rook takes the bishop on 7-4, promote, and that is just mate. No, it isn't. The king can still go to 9-3, and then we drop the gold. And then we drop the gold, or the bishop, or whatever. So take. If the king goes to 6-4, rook takes 7-4, promote is just mate. So the king would go to 6-3. So the king goes to 6-3. And then we drop the gold on 5-4. So our rook is on 7-2. Our rook is on 7-2. The king is on 6-3. Gold is on 5-4. Their horse is still on 7-4. So the king is trapped. All right, so I think that's it. I think this is it. Okay. Gold drop 8-2. So gold drop 8-2 again. If horse takes, gold drop 7-4, king 9-3, knight drop 8-6. I think this is not the coolest of them. I think there are better ones, but anyway. All right, a good problem, a really good problem. Those big whole board, not whole board, but sort of wide open-ish calculation problems where pieces have been removed. I find those very difficult and in game. And I think this would be really good. Yeah, I think, like you say, it has many nice lines. I think this is a great one. Because they're all kind of interesting. Like, they could have gone with one of these other lines and it just been equally sort of interesting. All right. Wow. So I spent 30 minutes on that puzzle. 30 minutes on that one? Because I remember saying that this was going to be the last puzzle, and it was like 257 on the stream. Okay, so this rating of this one, 2047. This is, I would say that this is probably the hardest one today. The hardest, or maybe the second hardest one today. Maybe. It might be... In a game, it might not be the hardest, because there were not as many options. But very easy to mess it up. Yeah, so that was 2047. It's been played 3,377 times. So I only gained 5, so I'm at 2469. Nice. My rating is at 2469. And where are we here with? Yeah, so I have a solid rate. I have a solid puzzle rating now. A solid lishogi puzzle rating. After it's 1,473 puzzles. So what's the puzzle dashboard? So 14 today. I guess I did 14 here on stream. Interesting. Striking pawn. There was a striking pawn in this? Oh yeah, there was one. Oh, some of the scenes have louder BGM like this one. Okay, so what about this one? I bet this one will be the same as the other. What am I trying to do? Wait, this is... Let me bring my so what's the difference here? So this is my lishogi scene. And we have... It's 10.7 decibels for the Mac OS. This one's 10.7 as well. Okay, so this one is this was for Chrome. Okay. Let's match it up. Yeah, so this is the browser scene. So that should be about what the others are. Or if not exactly. So let's see. 2.7. Oh no, 10.7 decibels. Ooh. This one must be much louder. Let's... So now it should be the same. Interesting. Yeah. So this one's also... Okay. Okay, cool. And now this scene should have no sound. This scene should have no sound, except for my voice. Yeah, alright, alright. And the reason, just if anyone's curious why this has no sound, is that this scene also is my this is also my podcast scene. So I just turned this off, and now I'm doing the podcast. so it's the same layout for the podcast. Why am I looking? Why am I slanted here in this? Is my camera? I wonder if my camera is... Wait, so yeah, if I come over here, it's... Yeah, so I'm not quite centered. Anyway, let's get back to the other one. All right, yeah, so we're on lishogi. Oh, this is all this shows? I thought I had a scene that showed the top of the lishogi page. Does this not? Oh, because I'm scrolled all the way down. Because I'm scrolled down. Yeah. All right. What is this? What do you think this means? Why 100% solved? Why is there some unfilled green here, I wonder? Also, what is this blue? Is this showing up on stream? Yeah. What is this blue showing? Why is my green bar not filled? And why is my blue... Why is... What is this blue circle? Like, I can't click it. I can't click it or hover it. So how about last day? Okay, it's the same thing. How about last 90 days? Okay. Still blue circle. It's still 100%. So strange. It's so strange. Yeah, hovering this doesn't show anymore. Doesn't... So my improvement error... There's nothing to improve. There's literally nothing to improve in my shogi. It's about as good as it could be. Oh boy. Things seem slanted. I'm looking at my stream over there, and I'm definitely not straight. Or maybe that's good. Maybe that's... So puzzle... Oh, there's the puzzle history. That's nice. That's nice. So if we ever wanted to look back at one of those cool ones. So in today's session, 2 of them were composed. Two puzzles were composed puzzles. All the others were Yanura-O from Yanura, that Yanura-O session, or that Yanura-O problem set of full board positions. From my games, there's nothing. I haven't submitted any puzzles. So yeah, we're back to the themes. Okay, oops. Puzzles is just other puzzles. Okay. All right. Anyway, cool. I would like to know why this is here. And 2369 question mark. I guess maybe because I haven't done a lot in the past 30 days. So whatever. And it doesn't expose to you your standard deviation or whatever it is. So like if I do shogi, it will say my rating deviation. I'm at 91.17. But there doesn't appear to be a way to see your deviation for puzzles. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that they even have the deviation for puzzles, but maybe it's just because they're using the same rating system for both. Anyway. Alright, well, it is what it is. I am going to head out. We've got our 81 Dojo going. Anything else going on 81 Dojo? Nothing really. Nothing really. Nothing, yeah. I've been seeing some names that are new. I've been seeing new names. I don't know if you have all been seeing them as well, but I've been seeing some new names on 81 Dojo, which is nice. Hey, Koshiro, nice to see you. Sorry that I'm closing up shop now, so I'm glad to see you, and hope you have a good day. And that is it. Take care, everybody. See you soon. And thank you, as always, for hanging out. This was fun. This was fun. Kudos. Lishogi, this has been fun. This has definitely been fun. The Lishogi puzzles were pretty good today. And I think I would go back. You know, I still don't like the rating system aspect of it, but I would go back. Those were all... I can't think of any of those... All of those puzzles I think were pretty good. So kudos, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Remember to check out the podcast coming out in 11 hours, 11 and a half hours, next podcast. Take care. Bye.